What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video, and I could come on here and hype you up and immediately tell you Gina Carano has won. Disney has lost in an embarrassing fashion. But that would be extremely hyperbolic and quite honestly not the truth. The truth is Disney and Gina settled out of court, in which Disney did get a few things that they wanted, and Gina probably got what at the core she wanted from all this. But this comes to us from Variety, entitled Gina Carano, Disney Settle Legal Dispute Over Mandalorian Firing. Quote, "We look forward to identifying opportunities to work together in the future." The article states that Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Company have reached a mutual agreement in their legal dispute with Gina Carano following her firing from The Mandalorian. For those of you who might not know, Gina Carano was fired from The Mandalorian, where she played the character of Cara Dune, a pretty popular side character on the show, all because she shared a meme that was political in nature and held personal beliefs that people at the company found offensive and refused to go through mandatory training calls to satisfy Disney and its executives, which seems a little bit wild when you take a look at certain Disney actors like Pedro Pascal or Mark Ruffalo and the certain things they like to say and post online of a political nature, and why they haven't been given the same treatment, most likely because they have the particular politics that executives at Disney and creatives at Disney tend to like, rather than Gina, who tends to lean more on the conservative side. What this essentially means here is that Gina and Disney have settled their lawsuit out of court, and it's not going any further. The article continues, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement provided to Variety, quote, "The Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce that we have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect." Now, that whole statement there was the real thing at the crux of the lawsuit. Carano was asserting that she was not respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, while Disney asserting that she, at the very least, did not treat her colleagues with kindness and respect, mostly because she didn't want to go through the struggle session call that they wanted to put her through. So by stating this is about as close as Gina's going to get to an actual apology from Disney, I think, in which they basically make her acknowledge what they assert, that she was respected by her directors, co-star, and staff, while acknowledging what she asserts, that she treated her colleagues with kindness and respect while working hard as an actor for their company. The quote continues, "With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future." So while we don't actually have details of what she got in the settlement, in the agreement with Disney, I would assume she got some kind of monetary gains. Her original lawsuit, I think, was for $75,000 that she was supposed to be paid for The Mandalorian that she didn't receive. My guess is that she probably got that at least, as they were probably looking to pay out a whole lot more if they went through with this lawsuit. But the big thing it looks like is that Gina wanted to go back to Disney and continue doing the job that she was doing, acting in Star Wars. Because this whole leaving the door open for identifying opportunities to work together means that Disney, who you would think not want to work with this woman at all, who just sued them, is coming out and saying, yeah, we'd be totally cool with working with you again. Now, like I said, we are probably never going to get the full details of this settlement and agreement, because I'm sure there is an ironclad NDA that has been put into the works that both Disney and Gina had to sign. So in terms of the money she might have made on this lawsuit, we are never going to know. But it's quite clear from what they said there that The big sticking point for her is that she wanted to go back to Disney to work on the shows or work in some capacity with Star Wars that she was doing previously, which I guess is nice. It shows that, she actually cared about what she was doing, but on another level seems kind of weird because why would you want to go back to work for a company that treated you so poorly? And I'm sure would be looking for any slight reason for you to mess up. That part doesn't make sense to me, but hey, if it's what she wants, it's what she wants. However, this being concluded does help her reputation, I guess, a little bit in Hollywood, because now as an actress with this whole legal business settled, she doesn't have it hanging over her head, freeing her up for more Hollywood projects. In the same vein, Disney gets to escape discovery, which is the thing a lot of people were actually hoping for with this lawsuit, because we wanted to see those emails and personal thoughts some of the people who worked at Disney had about Gina and maybe other people that worked for or around the company or even outside of the company. And the fact that this did settle and not go further in court kind of points to the fact that Disney really did not want Discovery to come clean and for people to find out exactly what was said about Gina or maybe other people. It also, some might claim, does help Disney's reputation just a little bit that they don't seem more politically biased anymore. I mean, it's going to take years, if not decades, for them to heal that reputation of being a now left-leaning, politically biased company in terms of the messaging that they put in their actual films and television. But at least this won't be out there doing further damage to their reputation in that vein, as they don't look like they're singling out one politically viewed person, as opposed to, again, people like Pedro Pascal, Mark Ruffalo, Mark Hamill, people with extreme left-wing beliefs who post and say things all the time on social media that were as bad, if not worse, than what Gina did. Way, way worse, I would say. So is this a win for Gina? I guess you can say so. Is it a massive win for her or a win for us in terms of learning more about Disney's dirty laundry? No, it's not. Is it a massive win for Disney? It certainly isn't that. But it's also not a titanic loss for them either. It will be interesting to see if she does actually go forward with Disney and works more with them, potentially going back to Star Wars and maybe getting her show back that she was originally supposed to be star of, if not having a returning role at least to The Mandalorian. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.